All right, yesterday we talked about B2 gold. It was up about 8.5%. Today we got Torex gold up over 10%. So we got a couple of good gold names going here. And they released their year-end, which I'm a little surprised the market reacted this positively because they had already released their production numbers. And you can almost figure out what the company's going to do on their financials from the production. But anyways, we'll take it because we like the company. We think the share should be higher anyways, so we'll take a 10% bump on a kind of a non-event, but we'll take it. What was in the numbers? First of all, production was up 28%, but that had already been released. Okay, so that's not new. I think just some of the financial numbers surrounding it are new. All sustaining cash costs were actually lower than expected at $8.05 an ounce. So right away you go, wow, that's pretty good. 805 is pretty low. If you're in the market of gold and you know these things, 805 is pretty low. It's not the lowest, but it's pretty low. And price of gold's about $1,600 now. So if we can keep that ratio or that margin, that's going to be great going forward. No guarantee, but that would be great. At the moment, it's trading at 5.6 times trailing EBITDA. And when we say trailing, we're not even using the year-end number yet, because in our data we still have Q3 only because it just came out. I'm estimating it's about 4.5 times at the current production rate that's just been released, and the cash costs and the price of gold, if everything stays status quo, it's only trading about 4.5 times. That's with no improvement in any one of those variables. EBITDA in the trailing was 285. That's with Q3 again. With the full year, the company announced it's 330 million, so we already know it's more than our model. I think it's going to go higher than 330 in 2020, just given the momentum, the price of gold, the cash costs have been pretty good. They've been paying down debt. I kind of actually wish they wouldn't pay down debt. I'd rather they just invest the money. So if they have this, let's say it's about 200 million in debt that they want to pay down, it's like, well, why not just invest that in the mine? It's going so well. Just get as much gold out as possible, as fast as possible. It's all right though. Let's be prudent. Not so bad to be financially prudent and pay down your debt. They're going to claim something that's a little unusual. This Muckahi System they're using, I hope I say that right, to mine, is they say it's a game-changing, revolutionary technology. They're saying it's proving it out in the numbers, and that's great. I'm going to take that with a grain of salt, just because, I think we'd hear more if it was truly a game-changing technology. But hey, they've got a technique they think is better, and the numbers do seem to be pretty good. So let's give that one a minor check mark. Interesting to note going forward. Okay, I think we should also take a look at our financial model, and this is again Q3 only because Q4 just came out. And here we go. Okay, as you can see, the history, no return on capital for many years. The last 3 years, though, they really started to ramp up and actually coming to fruition, right? So went 6%, then came back down to 5%, then went up to 8%, and now it's at 12.5%, and that's Q3. I'm sure Q4 is going to get better numbers based on the press release. So that's great. Already 12.5%, which is higher than most gold companies anyways. The valuation, we're getting a double on this again. I think when we get Q4, it's going to look even better. Stock's been acting great. Pretty much, it's up 47% in the last 12 months. That doesn't scare me away. It also, before that was down a little bit. In the previous 3 years, we actually had a little bit of a pullback there. So overall, this is really just getting going again. And gold prices are strong. Cash costs are under control. Looks like the mine is doing well. There's just a lot of good things to like about Torex at the moment. So that's our hypothesis for Torex. So back-to-back gold. We had B2 yesterday. Still looks good. Torex today. TXG on Toronto.